Hey, we got the creator in chat. Hello, Valentine Harvey. How's it going? All right. Hello, everyone. Hello. So this is going to be a bit of a different stream. I get a lot of teams sent to me. If you look at my Smogon page, you'll see like just something like 20 something pages of people sending me teams, and me giving my quick thoughts and rating them. Some quicker than others. Sometimes there'll be an idea that really interests me, and I want to look into it further. This is one such idea. So this is not going to be a team made from scratch. We are going to be doing this based on Mr. Harvey here. So yeah, this was made, and we've got Valentine Harvey in chat, which is cool as well. So we'll have some information there. The idea of this team is pretty simple. So I believe it started out with an Assault Vest Hoopa, and it was changed to Choice Band at my recommendation. But the idea behind this team is pretty basic. You have a 4 Pokemon defensive core, so including the pivot to help Hoopa get in, removal, double removal actually, hazard setting from Gliscor, and then you've got the super powerful breaker, so kind of a semi-stall sort of archetype. And then we have Ditto, right? Max physically defensive, just basically here to stop sweepers is the idea. So all of these Pokemon really struggle with setup, but instead of having like an unaware Pokemon here or something, they've opted for Ditto, which makes a lot of sense. Ditto sometimes is worse than unaware Pokemon at stopping sweepers, sometimes better. Really just depends on the sweeper, but for the most part, a Scarf Ditto is going to stop. A Scarf Ditto is going to stop more sweepers than really any single unaware Pokemon. So it's got a lot of consistency there. And we got a $2 donation. Thank you very much. Saying metal powder or no stream. Okay, well that's illegal. No metal powder. So we're not going to do that, I suppose. Yeah. So, the reason Ditto has this max physical defense is to be better in struggle versus struggle wars. So it's pretty silly. But yeah, Ditto is basically functioning as our speed control because it's going to be faster than most things. But we've got to also remember it's not going to be faster than stuff like Booster Iron Valiant, Booster Moth, or Unburdened Pokemon, right? There are things that can kind of get around Ditto's transform. Okay, so with that in mind, let's see what we want to do here. I think a good place to start would just be playing the team, running it, and see what happens. I have some notes here from the creator. Wellspring's awful to deal with. Makes sense. You've got 1 water resist, and it's an Alomomola, so that's pretty much as bad as it gets as far as dealing with Wellspring. Subcurum can be problematic. Makes a ton of sense. I don't think it's actually that bad because you can one-shot it with Hyperspace Fury, which goes through Protect and Substitute. They say Terra Fairies. Okay. We'll just make that change then. And what else did they say? Wheezing is the only one I'm not convinced of on the team. Okay. Good to know that as well. So potentially we get rid of Wheezing. Maybe Corviknight's doing enough of a good job at removal. We'll find out. This is semi-stall, yes. Any chance we see you play monotype at some point, Pinka? There's a chance, but not a good one particularly. I mean, there's very little time right now for basically everything. Just in my current life, things have been insanely busy. So as much as I'd love to just like spend a lot more time playing Pokemon, and try to branch out to other metagames with the time I have available. If I start branching out to metagames, I'm going to spread myself way too thin and just not be good at any of them and have no idea what the meta's like. Yeah. Okay, well, as this searches, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. Gotta blow my nose, but I'll be back in just a minute. All right, I've returned. Thank you very much for the £2 donation from Dr. Bognorv saying, viewer team stream Pinka, you beautiful man. I hope you guys like this. I know some people will be upset that there's no building portion, but I think the process of improving a team is valuable too. So against Trick Room teams, you really just want hazards and hazards and hazards. So it's kind of a shame that we don't have rocks. That's another weird thing. This team does not have rocks here. But let's take a look. Can Hoopa just light up a Hatterene immediately? I feel like the Bandit Hoopa is definitely going to be our strongest soldier here. But in general, I mean, the Scarf on Ditto is not great. Frankly, a lot of this team is kind of accidentally Ditto-proofed. Like, because Cork Drive and then Trick Room in general kind of making the Choice Scarf not be so good. Yeah. Oh, let's think about this. So I'm threatened. Okay, they know about me. They might be on the stream, so we have to. We'll keep an eye out for the stream sniping. Probably not, though. Ursaluna is a threat for sure. It's hard to say. I think I just want to start with Gliscor, get Protect going, and try to just knock whatever comes in. Maybe Poison could actually be nice as well. Let's just start by clicking Knock Off here, and then I think I'll Toxic. Sash. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll throw off a Toxic here, because Ursaluna being poisoned is actually really good. I'm going to Toxic again. If you want to run out your TR turns, that is A-okay with me. Yep. As I figured. The Hatterene would want to switch out. It does not want to deal with all those turns going away. Let's just Protect, and then we can go into Wheezing next turn. Okay, all right, fair enough. Yeah, that's fine. I did not see the double coming to burn the booster energy. It's okay. It's not the end of the world, but I am surprised. Let's just go hard Corviknight. I feel like we just want to start damaging this as soon as possible. There is the SD. It could Facade. It could Fire Punch. Can Ditto live? If it's this, the calcs are going to be weird today. Yeah, we can live a Fire Punch if we go into Ditto. If it clicks Fire Punch is the thing. That is the big thing. Let's go for it. Oh my gosh, you switched. Why did you switch? You just Swords Dance. Did you not think the Corviknight would come in? That's really confusing play. Well, this is pretty simple. We go to Hoopa, and we click the big strong move. I mean, it's not rocket science here. Really, really confused by that play. When you click Swords Dance with an Ursaluna, like, you have to be expecting, surely, that you surely should be expecting that a Corviknight's going to come in. So if you're not willing to stay in on it, why? Like, what's the plan? What are we doing? Okay, so if this thing has Earthquake, we probably die. It is what it is. I'm going to stay in and just Sludge Bomb. Weezing's not super important for this matchup. And awesome, it did not have Earthquake, so that's even better. Good stuff. Yeah, but that's really weird. If the opponent's playing this in a super strange way, I'm not complaining at all. Like I'm so down if they want to play this weird, but I'm confused. We can actually Pain Split here and live anything thanks to neutralizing gas and getting rid of Guts. So this is another super weird play for my opponent doing this, because this just isn't going to go that well for them. And now we can go into Corviknight with that really great chip damage and a little bit of healing. Yeah, this is some kind of, well, actually I don't think we healed, but this is some pretty bizarre playing, because they seem like they're, 17-20. That's not bad. I'm pretty confused. But it is what it is, I suppose. Brave Bird here. Could we just take this out? It looks like not quite. It looks like not quite. I think you turn into Weezing. You switched again. What? Why? I'm so confused, guys. I mean, okay, I'll click Hyperspace Fury again. All right. Do we want to Terra Dark here for a potential 2-hit KO on some stuff? Like, I don't like to jump the gun with these kinds of things, but I'm kind of wondering where else we're going to need it. Yeah, because this is going to be, yeah, I say we throw it. I say we send it. Let's do it. Yeah, because this will get 2-shot, which will be pretty good. Beautiful. Yeah, I do not know what my opponent's doing here. These are some very odd choices. They keep Swords Dancing and then being surprised when the Corviknight comes in, which it did last time. They keep switching out. It's just so odd. Okay, we see the Hatterene sack. Fair enough. But I mean, it's going well. Hyperspace Fury, I do not believe bypasses Disguise. That's one one thing it can't do. So we can, well, there are a few things. I think probably the best play here is just to go Ala Momola, and we can flip turn on this Disguise. We'll also be super fast, which is kind of funny. We could Wish first. Let's do that, because I think a Curse here is pretty likely. Okay, fair enough. We could honestly Scald. This doesn't seem like a bad play. Might be Specs. Could go into Ditto. Let's just flip turn into Ditto. Okay, they go into Ursaluna. That's whack. Probably we just heal up the Weezing here, because that's going to be able to just shut this whole thing down thanks to neutralizing gas. And we can just go for Sludge Bomb. Yeah, I just don't know what my opponent's doing. It's so weird. I'm going to go Hoopa here. Perfect timing as Trick Room runs out. Worst case scenario, we get Thunder Waved or something, but I don't think Hoopa is a defensively essential Pokemon at this stage. Okay, and there's just Lunar Dance coming out. Fair enough. Yeah, Headlong will still absolutely blow us up. Do we really care about keeping Hoopa around? We might even kill outright, right? Just right here. Let's just do it. Okay, they sack. What are you doing? I don't understand anything about this game. This is so weird. I'm just so confused. Let's go for another Wish, I guess. Okay, there's the Ursaluna switch. Fine. Yeah. Let's flip turn. Okay, fine. Let's go Gliscor. We can protect, stall a turn. We can go Weezing. Actually, Weezing will die here, finally, won't it? Okay, good on you for that. Let's let Corviknight go. Cool. And Terra Normal is the choice. Interesting. So we can just go into Ditto here. We'll get all that nice speed, and we'll just Headlong Rush. Do we not get to see our own stats? I thought you did, but okay. Yeah, we definitely win this. Let's just Sludge Bomb. Just get this thing damaged. We can go Mola here. Actually, yeah, I guess we'll go Mola. Any Protect Pokemon is good as any other. We'll Protect. We'll go Weezing. Yeah, there's... I really have no reason not to just let this thing tire itself out, let the TR turns run down and kill this with Hoopa, so that is precisely what we'll do. This was a super weird play game. I really don't understand what my opponent was doing. But okay, good test one, I guess. We didn't really run into a threatening matchup. And yeah, I don't know. They kept switching. They were like, let me go into my Cork Drive Pokemon, then I'll switch. Let me go into my Ursaluna Swords Dance, then switch. It's like they never attacked me. That's weird. Stone Edge or Shifu, that would make me rage. Something creative. That is so valid to rage because you lost to a Stone Edge or Shifu. Yeah, that's wild. Okay. This looks like a more difficult matchup. Guys, do you know what Stall is? Stall doesn't have a Hoopa Unbound on it. This is not a Stall stream. What are we doing? Oh, something or other. Come on. Thank you so much. We got 50 gifted memberships. Incredibly generous from something or other there. Jeff Bezos back in chat. That's insane. Thank you so much. That is an extremely generous donation. And you guys can now enjoy the custom emojis, all the people that are being gifted that custom emojis. Oh my gosh, another something or other. Thank you so much. Crazy generosity here. Wow. That's awesome. Thank you so much. This is insane. Yeah. The Oil Baron has returned. Hope you enjoy the stream. Jeez. Thank you so much. Alright, I'm gonna lock in on this game. So... Samurott looks rough. Threats. I kind of wonder if the play is just to lead with Mola, Scald, and then just try to get Weezing in for a defog. Because I feel like we really want to burn that thing. It's just so tough for kind of the whole team to deal with. We could just lead Weezing, but then I'm worried about, you know, if we get that lead wrong. So let's go with Mola. Let me also check the EVs on this Mola. Defensive. Okay, makes sense. Cobalion lead. Okay, fine. This, I don't feel like I have any reason to risk getting paralyzed here. I think I can just go Gliscor. It might be SD. I don't think so, though. So if it starts dancing, we can deal with that later. I'm expecting a switch. I don't think it makes sense to go into... You might go gold. I think I want to throw off... Okay, fair enough. All right, let's knock off here then, if we're going to get taunted. Okay, fine. Removing black glasses. That is interesting information. Black glasses. Okay. Probably Swords Dance is what that indicates. I'm happy to go Corviknight on this. I don't think Corviknight is... Okay, we do see the SD come out. This is fine, because now we can just U-turn. We can go into Ditto. We can polish this thing off. So that's okay. It's not the end of the world. They do click Ceaseless Edge, so I keep my helmet, which is kind of nice. We can very possibly heal up Corviknight later. This is a little awkward, because we're probably going to have to take a Sucker Punch. I think that's fine. Let's Ceaseless Edge. Please, Ditto, hit the Ceaseless Edge. Good. Okay. That's good. I think he's a Mafia boss who likes Pokemon. That's pretty funny. Okay, so I don't see a world where you click Flower Trick here. I think you always go for U-turn because you don't want to let the Weezing get in for free for a big defog after you just, you know, let this die getting up hazard. So I'm going to go Mola, expecting the U-turn here because Mola matches up pretty well. And there we go. Sure enough, there's the U-turn. That did 0. So that is looking like Scarf, probably. If it took damage and we didn't see Banded come out, that's probably Scarf. This is really interesting because you know there's a Ditto. I think this is one of those cases where we just spam Scald. We're max defense Mola. We really don't take much damage. We have lots of chances to burn. So this seems like a Scald opportunity. It could be Covert Cloak, but then as I said, we do still have Ditto in the back, and it does live entry to these hazards. Yeah, and like EQ is still doing like 30 tops. It's just not doing much at all. I'll go for one more, I think. Unfortunately, if we don't get a Scald burn after using it 3 times, I mean, it is what it is. We unfortunately don't. So that sucks. We can go... We probably let go of Corviknight here, honestly. Yeah, okay, there's the extreme speed. Like, we could go Weezing, Terra Flying Wisp, and then Defog. Maybe should have done that earlier. No, but three Scalds is pretty good too. Let's do it, I guess. I think that's probably our best play at this point. We can't keep chancing it. Okay, please hit the Wisp. Good. Hit the Wisp, and now we go for a Defog for sure. Yeah, we Defog. Okay, that's not great. Let's go Mola here, right here, though. Yeah, I think we do go Mola here. Okay, Goldengo comes in. We have a very small chance to die to a Shadow Ball, but it's very small. So let's just flip turn. Okay, and there's the... There, that's interesting. We could go Weezing and just Defog. We now know that this is Scarf. And Weezing's not super important for much else. So that seems fine to me. I don't think we have any chance to die to a Make It Rain. Yeah, if it's Terra Steel, that could be rough, is the thing. Are we in dire straits? We could also just go Gliscor and start setting up spikes. That's probably the better play here. That's probably the better play. We also could just throw off a knockoff here. But yeah, hazards do hurt everything. I'm thinking we just throw off a knockoff. That seems fine. That'll hit Goldengo pretty hard. We're a Spidaf Gliscor, you know. I don't want it to be recover for free, but at the same time, let's protect here. Okay, good. It did click Shadow Ball, so that's a good sign. I'll go for spikes. I'm thinking it'll click Make It Rain this time. I'm thinking it will. And then we can kind of just sit on it for a little bit. Yeah. That did still so much. I'm going to spike again. And then we can actually, we can do some stuff here. Actually, let's... It's hard because it's like, will we defog later too? That Iron Moth is making things awkward. We need to keep Hoopa at absolute full health to deal with that Iron Moth is also what's worrying me here. And I'm also torn on like whether we want to keep these hazards up or not. I'm starting to lean toward we do want them up. I'll click Protect here. I think it'll stay in. Cool. Let's go for spikes. Now the Goldengo will die on entry, which is good. So we just want to protect here. How much is Make It Rain doing now? Not much. I think we're at the point where we do want to see if we can heal up our Gliscor. At the same time, Shadow Ball is eventually going to drop, isn't it? Maybe we do just throw off the knockoff here. I think we stop tempting fate and just throw off a knockoff. There's also critical hits and such. So, okay, there we go. We got full hazards up. We got a knockoff going. I don't think there are any threatening sweepers left. So when the Iron Moth comes in, I believe our sack is Ditto. I think that's our most useless Pokemon. And then we go Hoopa-U. And if it gets a special attack boost and then it hits us with like a Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam, then, you know, it is what it is. Not really anything you can do about that. Already has a chance to KO. Okay, well, yeah, there's... Well, actually, hold on. Let's think about this, though. Hyperspace Fury will still do. So if they sub here, we're fine. So I have no reason not to actually protect here. If they sub, they sub. That's not going to change our Ditto sack. Yeah. Because then Hoopa will just break through that. And if Hoopa dies, like, we lose anyway. So, okay, let's protect here. Let's get a little bit of health. Now let's go Ditto, and let's hope, folks. Well, actually, hold on. Let me be a little more cautious here. Maybe the play would have been to actually let Gliscor die, and this was kind of a bad idea. The play may have been to let Gliscor die, because then Ditto could still try to speed tie if the Moth turns into a Fairy type to kill Hoopa. So that may have been an error. But now that we need something that can die in one turn, I think this play still has to be Ditto. So let's hope for either no Terra Fairy or no Fiery Dance boost here, something to that extent. Okay, no Fiery Dance boost, that's good. And here, I believe to cover the Terra Fairy, I do need to click Zen Headbutt. So we're going to click that. There's D-Gleam. Please, Hoopa, do not miss. Good job, Hoopa. I would have absolutely fried you if you missed that. Okay, we're looking good now. There's Meowscarada just coming in. This seems like probably a Hoopa sack. I don't think I need you anymore, Hoopa. So this is going to be a bit awkward dealing with Cobalion in this endgame. Depending on what its last moves are, it could actually be pretty rough to deal with because we don't really have a good way to hit it. So I'm going to go Mola here, and I think we just click Scald is kind of where we're at. Like, we'll see. Is it Body Press? Is it Volt Switch? It's probably Body Press, Volt Switch, at which point Gliscor should be able to infinitely wall. It's Focus Blast. That is not good news. What? I did not see that coming. Okay, well, Alomomola, I think, is our sack here. We want Weezing. Well, but then, no. I mean, Triple Axle, though. Focus Blast, dude. What? Holy. That's invested, too. What the... I did not see that coming. I don't know about you guys. That is, like, shocking to me. I figured this was defensive for sure. But yeah, that Scald did 20, so that indicates not a bit of bulk on that. So we probably lose. I don't think, yeah, I don't think we can beat that. Let's go Weezing. That's kind of our only chance, is going Weezing here, and we can, I don't know, we can try to no, we can try to defog. Let's try. Steel Beam. Okay, that's actually awesome that they clicked that. I have no idea why you clicked that, because this was like, yes, this was your guy. Why did you Steel Beam? That was like, that was not a good choice. But like, heck yeah. Happy to see you do it. Okay, but now we're now in a bit of an awkward spot still. Meowscarada. If we Wisp here, I'm worried we just lose to the Meowscarada. Clicking triple Axel. So I'm going to go Gliscor. Cool. And I'm going to Spike here. And I'm going to Spike again. I don't think you click Steel Beam here. And I'll Spike again. I don't think you click Steel Beam here either. Okay, you do click Steel Beam there. Fair enough. All right, we go Mola, I guess, and then we're in trouble. We're in serious trouble. I think we lose this. I did not see a special attack invested Cobalion coming. I figured that thing was super fat, useless, and was not going to deal any damage to Gliscor or anything else on my team. And then it turned out to be super, super bulky. So, you know, what are you going to do? All right, let's Pain Split here in case we live. Let's see. Wheezing, you did not live. Okay. So let's diagnose what happened this game and see if there's anything we can do to fix the team. Yeah, that was a wacky Cobalion. Okay. Yeah, the Cobalion honestly cooks our entire team. That was pretty rough. So we knock this off. Corviknight, yeah, okay. Ditto goes okay. Removing hazards earlier would have been really good if we could get that going. We did get bad luck with the Scalds, not Skull burning 3 times in a row. That was unfortunate, but you know, it wasn't like the worst luck ever. It was Encore, which was sucked too. Like that's not really a set, but I guess, you know, Dragonite moment, sure. Yeah, then we got tricked. That wasn't good. Yeah, losing those boots. Maybe the play would have been to, like, anticipate. No, there was really no way we could have anticipated that trick. I'm trying to figure out if that was... No, I don't think this was a playing issue. I mean, obviously, I don't think the playing was, like, exactly perfect, but it was pretty close. I think I played that pretty well, and yet the team still lost. So when you play well against a team that doesn't seem like a horrific matchup, you didn't get that bad luck and you still lost, that's when, you know, the team's like, okay, something's up here. Yeah, Steel Beam does kill you if you protect, so. Yeah, we got up full hazards. I still think that was probably the play. And the Ditto Sack. Hard to say if the Ditto Sack was the right move in retrospect. I think maybe Gliscor, letting Gliscor die was a little bit better. I just do stand by letting Hoopa die there. And then that was like a what the moment. I was so surprised. And we defogged. I think with the information I had at my disposal, defog was the best move there. Shouldn't you have flip turned and sacked the Ala? No, because then you just switched into D-Knight, and then you went into Meow and clicked, like, triple Axel. I needed to preserve Alo, so we didn't just lose to Axel. What was the actual issue this game, though? I guess Goldengo. Iron Moth was a little threatening too. I think Earthquake on Gliscor would have helped a lot, and we have Knock on Hoopa. So let's try that. We'll keep the change minimal for now, and let's just run it again. I don't love not having rocks, but at the same time, teams like this that are wacky, you gotta make sacrifices. Auburn Hills. This guy's been playing the same team for like 2 years. I don't understand. I don't understand him, but... Or them. I guess I don't know their gender. But I do respect the dedication to Umbreon. As confused as I am, I do respect the dedication. So, how do we want to play this? It's Terra Electric Swords Dance. I don't always remember exactly the sets. What's the video for this one? No video, live stream. Okay, apparently Harvey does run Quake on Gliscor. No, Shara tanked. No. Don't just say just move on. They played well. I mean, yeah, they did play well, but I also played well, and we still lost. You wanna... That's you know, you gotta reflect on those. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should work on fixing this Umbreon. It's a pretty wacky team. It's also like, yeah, like it did get number 2, but at the same time, if you play a team for like 2 years straight, I mean, eventually you're gonna have a good run. I question it. Breaks kind of a lot of rules of building, and oftentimes is pretty wacky and doesn't work that well. So I do wonder if this is actually a good team or just got number 2 because it was played so much. But anyway, though, let's look at the matchup here. What are the threats? I don't think we're that worried about that much. Yeah, I don't think a lot of this team is super threatening. Probably Glamora is a bit irritating. Gliscor looks honestly good into just about everything, so I want to start with that. Let me look up this team quickly. Let's look this up. What is this D-Knight? Okay, it looks like it's just standard DD Ice Spinner, extreme speed. It's the standard one. So I'm happy to just go Alo here and flip turn. Seems fine. Gold is Scarf Trick, Psyshock. Moth is Terra Fairy, so we got to be aware of that. Sash, Glamora. Probably we could just go Hoopa here and just knock off. Looks good into everything. Yeah, let's just do it. No need to think too hard. Okay, we get the knock on Umbreon. That did so much. So yeah, Terra Dark Hyperspace is definitely two-shotting this, which is cool. This is Thunderwave, this Umbreon, I believe. Let me double check this set. Yeah, so we always go Gliscor here. Gliscor is like a total hard wall to this poor thing. And we spike up. Totally cool with that. Yeah, let's spike up more. Why not? And let's EQ. Okay, down it goes. Down goes the Glamora. All right, this is awesome. Just throwing out the Iron Moth. Misclick? Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Well, we EQ on this for sure. That's an unfortunate misclick. Okay, and we just kill the Iron Moth and they get absolutely nothing out of that, so that was really good for us. Well, yeah, we still don't risk this dying. Yeah, there's just no reason. What's the Terra type on D-Knight? Probably normal, right? Yeah, it is normal. Let me think, though. At this stage... No, we got a Brave Bird Corv. There's no reason to... We just go into Corviknight and we click Brave Bird. Yeah, no reason to really do anything else. Okay, because they clicked Ice Spinner, I'm going to U-turn here. Alright, they stayed in. Fair enough. Wheezing time. And we can... Do we want to... I mean, they don't kill with Earthquake, so let's just Wisp. Not Pain Split. We do hit. Beautiful. We can go Mola here. We can Wish up the Wheezing. This is just so not a threat at all. This is going really rough for our boy here. It's also rough when you have to play when your opponent knows your team, but you don't know theirs. That's not really a good situation either. Yeah, we'll just defog here. And we can actually steal this sweep. Or not steal the sweep, really, but we can go into Ditto. Okay, they got out of that. They weren't having fun. Let's see this Garchomp set. Garchomp is... Yeah, SD Terrablast Electric leftovers. Cool. With Scale Shot. So Ditto basically fully shuts this thing down. I kind of want to force out the Terra Electric so it can be killed by these two. So let me go Corviknight on this and just Brave Bird. Okay, it looks like they may have changed it. I don't see leftovers, so probably changed to loaded dice. But yeah, I'm totally happy to click that, and then we can roost here. Actually, no. In case they added Substitute, I don't want to get rolled by that. So let's just Brave Bird. Okay, this should be a double down here because you. Oh, hold on. They might get the kill. No, yeah, this will be a double down here. I'll Brave Bird, die to recoil, and down goes the Chomp. Works for me. That's cool. Can we one-shot Umbreon with a Drain Punch? No, we cannot. Let's still go Hoopa here. Yeah, because the Goldengo felt like a pretty likely. Let's just put him out of the misery and do the Hoopa thing. That actually was a pretty low roll, so we should be good to kill. Yep. Yeah, GG. Okay, that was a rough one. EQ Gliscor coming in helpful against the Moth there, so that's good. What Uber Pokemon do you think could drop to OU next? Solgaleo. Solgaleo is not even good, guys. It really isn't. Please remember to like the stream if you're enjoying, as always. Yeah, Solgaleo has, like... It has good stats, obviously, but they put a ton into attack and special attack, which is like a classic horrible stat distribution. Its speed's not great. It's like 97, so it's getting outsped by Zapdos, to give you an idea of where it's at there. It doesn't have any setup moves other than I think it gets Cosmic Power, but it doesn't get Stored Power. It's just so not good. It's not good. I don't know why it was honestly started off in Ubers. Solgaleo is just pretty awful. No Swords Dance, no Bulk Up. Doesn't even get Howl. Yeah, someone say Spectrier? No. You are insane if you think Spectrier could be an OU. That was broken when it had no coverage. Okay. Let's see here. This is a bit of an interesting one. This is a bit of an interesting one. I kind of want to just start with Alomomola and start clicking Scald, but that Curem, depending on the set, is going to be kind of a nightmare. But let's just do that. Okay, Hatterene lead. Interesting. I'm okay to flip turn here, and then we'll get in Gliscor. I want to have something that can absorb Nuzzle. How did Hyperspace Fury deal 50% to Umbreon? It was specially defensive, and this is a Choice Band Adamant Hoopa U. Rocky Helmet. I'm guessing that's full Fizz Def damage. 14. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Yeah. High roll and full Fizz Def. Okay, let's go into Gliscor. Probably... Okay, Nuzzle. That's even better. I was thinking we hit with the Psychic Noise, but I will totally take that. We can now EQ and get some good damage off. Nice. I'll go for EQ again. We could Protect here, but I think a switch is possible. Okay, awesome. Totally down to click EQ here. You can't kill me unless you're like Terra Blast or something. So, okay, fair enough. We get taunted. Not ideal, obviously. But, I mean, not... Guess we could have probably seen that one coming. We can go Mola here on the Stealth Rock, and then we can flip turn. I don't want to give the Hatterene an opportunity to Pain Split. A lot of the Rocky Helmet ones these days are Pain Split, so that's why I'm kind of playing in the way I am. go this and let's throw off a protect here just to gain a little bit of health on the taunt. Okay, hard switch to cure him. Good play. Good play. I think Corviknight here covers a lot of sets, and it's not crucial for the matchup. So let's go into Corviknight here. And hopefully it's DD. Good. That is the good scenario. The concerning thing is here, the substitute. I think we can U-turn. Okay, cool. That's good. Then we can go Ditto here. And okay, good to see the set. I will click Icicle Spear here. I don't think you stay in. I think you probably go into Hatterene or can Gambit or something. And we can just Icicle Spear the likely Gambit switch. You do stay in. 1, 2, and it's only 2, of course. So yeah, that sucked. That sucked. I wish if we'd hit more than 2, we'd be still in an okay spot. But yeah, hitting not 2 is pretty bad. That's pretty bad. So that's pretty bad. That is not good. Okay. Let's run some calcs here. Wheezing on the Terra Blast ground. Let's see how much, or we can just double Terra Blast fire. Terra Blast. Okay, so we do survive. So we could go Wheezing and we could click Wisp. If it's Terra Fire, at least we can go Mola after. So I think we do go Wheezing Wisp is probably our best play here. Okay, that went honestly really well. I'm happy with how that turned out. I do like just clicking Defog here. We can heal this up later. Definitely Mola here. If Kyurem stays in, that's beautiful. I think our opponent made a mistake leaving Kyurem in there. That gave us a very easy opportunity to Wish here. Yeah, like they are fully just letting our Wheezing heal, and they did not need to do that at all. So this turned out really well. Yeah, the loss of Ditto was super unfortunate, but it turned out well afterward. Super easiest Sludge Bomb of my life. No Hatterene is this fast, except for my Sacred Fast Hat. That's rough. Okay, let's run a calc on this because the set is going to be very important to know. That is no bulk. Probably we're looking at Focus Sash. Gliscor, let's see. Gliscor can come in and click Toxic. Let's do that. I think that's the play. Okay, nah, that's not good. Yeah, so I believe Hoopa dies to Shadow Sneak here. Yeah, Super dies. So we lose. Trying to think what the play is here. There's the Wheezing into them being weak armor and they miss the Poltergeist. That is a possible play. Alamamola. Mola just dies. Yeah, so we're going to go Wheezing, hope for a Poltergeist miss, and go for the Wisp. That is our only shot. If they Bitter Blade, we live. They do Poltergeist, they do hit, we die. That's it. GG. Actually, I guess we can hope they don't have Shadow Sneak, but... Oh, we could have Terra Darked. Yeah, my bad. How did I forget we had Terra? Well, we lose at this point either way, though. So, yeah. Oh, it's just faster. Never mind. Did not matter. Of course. Actually, what am I thinking? Of course they're faster. Yeah, I guess it could have been a slower one. They do sometimes run bulky. Okay, let's think what went wrong here. Curem, basically. Curem killing the Ditto was really bad. LOSD Saraledge kind of smokes us. The Wheezing has been good. I'm kind of doubting the Corviknight, if anything. I feel like it's the weakest link. Yeah, well, so that's not great. I'm trying to figure out what we can do to change the team to make it better against this. I guess just don't let Ditto die, but then what do you do against Curem? We potentially drop... We haven't run into a Wellspring either. I'm thinking part of me wants to drop a Brave Bird for ID Press, but then Wellspring does Wellspring things to us. Yeah, I don't think we go Mandibuzz over Corv. That leaves us really weak to Fairy. Wheezing being the only thing that resists Moonblast, which is really bad. I know Corv's probably the best thing for the job here, but it's just not really good enough. We haven't clicked Defog once. If you're gonna... Wheezing is good enough at clicking Defog. The idea behind this team is pretty simple. It's... You have four fat Pokemon to support a Bandit Hoopa getting in and killing everything. And then to prevent sweepers from destroying your team, you have Ditto. Yeah, Curem and Wellspring are just going to be like ruin any team that's not full stall, but tries to be bulky, I guess. Maybe that's just kind of the way it is. Standard Hoopa U Fat is not a thing. Hoopa U Fat is not a thing. It was a thing in past gens. This gen, really hard to do, which is partly why this isn't going so hot. Yeah, we could go Iron Defense, but then it's like, well, you, we'll try it. Body Press. We'll try this. See how it goes. Also wonder if we just want to go Rocks on Gliscor. The Spikes, it probably is better to go Spikes, but it's pretty awkward. No, we can't switch Hoopa for Zama. Then we don't have any way of breaking Fat, and our team is just super passive and garbage and sucks. You need a breaking core. You need a way to actually make progress. I think I built this team. Maybe not. Honest act well, maybe. It's hard to say. I've definitely built this 6, but it makes a lot of sense to build these 6 as a hazard stack, so I'm not going to take credit for it. Yeah, let's Gliscor. Let's do the Gliscor thing. Like the stream if you're enjoying. Okay. Darkrai lead. All right. Let's protect. That's fine. Yep, knock. Yep, that is what I had on this team. Wheezing should be pretty good. I don't want Hoopa to get knocked, so okay, let's Pain Split here. Hopefully they don't just Terra Poison and kill us. That'd be rough. Turned out okay. I wish there was some way to like calc exactly how much that pain split would like indicate what set it is. I think it's Scarf is what I put on this team, so that's what I'm inclined to think it probably still is. Mola getting tricked to Scarf is not bad, so we can start by scouting with that, and then we'll see what it is. Yep, the Breaking Core is basically just one Pokemon here. That's how it is when you use Hoopa. Okay, cool. That Make It Rain did, I think, about as much as we'd expect from a Scarfer. Yeah, okay. We just flip turn here. And we'll see what comes in. The Clefable is a bit awkward because it's one of the few things Hoopa can't just like threaten to one-shot immediately. Okay, that's good. Ew, let's calc that though. That critical hit, we can see if this is Speedy Petrant. Ah, it is Speedy Petrant, unfortunately. That's bad news. We can still go Hoopa and click Knockoff here, remove Something's item. So that's still good, but it is Speedy, so this Petrant will probably outpace us here. If they want to fish for a Malignant Chain, they might do that. I think that would be worth killing the Petrant, but obviously if we get Malignant Chained into full confusion, into poison, into full confusion, that would really suck. And yeah, we'd be cooked. Okay, good. That is a solid knockoff, removing the red card. I'll take that. We could stack our own hazards up. I don't think that's the play. I feel like this team's going to be a lot more ready for the hazard game than we are, which is pretty natural. Ruination. I'm surprised to see that. Let's Scald. If we could get a burn on this, that'd be awesome. No. Okay, let's flip turn here because I see Clefable switch as being quite likely. Okay, nice. Just Wheezing seems fine. I'll defog here. Let's just get rid of those rocks immediately. Hopefully it's not a Thunderwave Clefable. Hopefully it's not. Okay, they just go into gold. Once again, I feel free to scout with Mola. We do see the trick. That is fine. I'm not going to do much with Mola other than just spam flip turn this game anyway. Yeah. I'm just going to spam flip turn anyway. Cool. And I'm happy to go Ditto. If this thing dies, like that's worthwhile. Clefable, let me calc the Hyperspace Fury. Let's Hyperspace Fury. Okay, a Lou. Fine. Based on that did 25. Terra here is not going to get a guaranteed kill, so let's not do that. We can go Mola. Okay, this is fine. I'm fine to flip turn here. If you want to knock off, that'd be like extra cool. Are we okay with Hoopa losing its item? Because we could go Hoopa right here and click Drain Punch. It might be Wisp, though. Some of these guys run Wisp, and it's so annoying. We could just go Ditto, figure out what it is. It's a bit of a loss of momentum, though. Because it's going to be really easy for them to just go into, like, Clefable. I guess we could Ice Beam, which wouldn't be too bad. Let's do that. Let's go Ditto. Okay, good. Glad we went into that, because yeah, it did turn out to be exactly as irritating as I feared. We can Ice Beam here then. Yeah, glad we didn't go into Hoopa U. That would have been bad. Okay, beautiful. Glad they did that. Surprised, because Ice Beam was a very obvious click there. It just kind of did well into everything, so I'm surprised they did that. But I'm happy. Sure, let's Ice Beam again. Clefable comes in. Yeah, I figured it would. We can go into Wheezing here. And let's Sludge Bomb. I think you do stay in here. I think you do stay in. Okay, Tinglu's going to come in. That's fine. I'm happy to kill this. And down goes the Tinglu. Rocks are no longer something we have to worry about. That's really cool. Super well, not super, fairly easy Gliscor here. I'm happy to set up a bunch of spikes. And based on the fact, because Ting Lu, Clefable doesn't have spikes, so this might be dual Hazard Lu. Might be dual Hazard Lu, which would be cool. I'm just going to throw off an Earthquake. I think that, yeah, I figured there's a good shot Darkrai comes in, and that is really, really nice damage to have. So that's cool. Let me... We could Terra... That's not the play. I'm thinking it'll Ice Beam as we protect, so let's go Ditto so we don't have to deal with that. Awesome. And then I will just... Do we want to knock off? Probably we do, right? Because that'll kill... That should kill the Darkrai. Let's just knock off. That'll kill Darkrai, or very likely kill Darkrai, and that will remove whatever shenanigans the Clefable has, so we don't have to worry about Sticky, Barb, or whatever other monstrous concoction Clefable's cooked up later. How bad is just the single breaker? Does it make the team too passive or what? That is one of the concerns, is the team too passive? But you can see it's generally working pretty well. I mean, at least when Hoopa has time to break. Like, we haven't been getting walled by fat teams. That's not the issue we've been having. It's been getting out-offensed. Dying before we have a chance to bring in Hoopa has been our greatest concern. So, for a lot of times, yes, having one Pokemon as the breaker is totally unacceptable and not good. In the case of when that Pokemon is a banded Hoopa, it's a little bit of a different situation. So I did have some ideas, though. Okay, cool. They let go of Darkrai. Critical hit probably didn't matter. Possible changes, though. One thing I'm thinking is maybe Hydrapple over Hoopa. I'm not super sold on that, because that, you know, makes sub Curem issue worse. Not as reliable. But given enough time, Hydrapple can break pretty well, and it does help with Wellspring. So it's something I'm considering. We'd have to make some other changes as well, I believe. Okay, so cool. That's done. I'm inclined to go Wheezing on this right away. Okay, good. Let's Sludge Bomb. Let's start Sludge Bombing. How much is Moonblast doing to us? 45. That is kind of a lot. That is kind of a lot. This is also a... No, it's not super fast, but it is... Come on, Wheezing. Bro, what are we doing? Great. I'm going to Pain Split here because I think they're going to click an attack. Okay, we just flat out died. Not ideal. But we have a Hoopa, fortunately. Zen Headbutt here will do a ton, and they go out into Goldengo. Okay. Understandable play. Yeah. We've got to be very careful with that Clefable. Very, very careful. Especially Flamethrower. That's a rough one for the last slot. Let's just Earthquake here. Yeah, Ditto did only hit 2 Icicle Spears, but we needed 5 to not have it die to the Kyurem, so it wasn't really Ditto's fault. Okay, this is tough. We could spam Earthquake. I honestly think that's the move, is just stalling out as many Moonlights as we can, because this is doing, like, pretty solid damage, and we're Spadef Gliscor, so... Yeah, we can stall out quite a few. Yep, I'm happy to keep clicking. You're doing a lot, but not a ton. This is definitely special attack invested. I should get a calc down on exactly how not bulky this is, because that also did way too much. We're doing 29. Okay, so it's not actually, yeah. It is kind of bulky. It's probably just bulky Life Orb then. 30. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's somewhere in this kind of area. Let's EQ here. Do we EQ again and let Gliscor die? don't want to. Could go Ditto. That could be not too bad. The critical hit did kind of suck. I feel like we want to keep this around for Petrun because Gliscor just totally shuts it. But so does what do we? Let me think a little hard here. What are we really keeping Gliscor around for? I guess Goldengo is the main thing. That is kind of a worthy threat. We do also have Ditto, though. I think I do EQ here. And if they kill us, they kill us. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I knew that might happen, and I think we made the right call. Knock off. Down you go. Okay. Clefable threat is gone. Let's hope it's not Encore. And let's go Corv. Okay, they just click Earthquake. Let me U-turn here. If that's the way they want to play. Okay, okay. Interesting. This is Terra Blast flying, I bet. Okay. In that case, you, sir, are walled. Hard walled. I don't think... There's no way you're like Terra Blast Fire or something. Okay. Yeah, we can just U-turn here into the Hoopa. And let's Hyperspace. Let's go for just fully go for damage. Because that'll do a little bit more to everything. Yeah. Hyperspace is a little bit stronger than Knockoff, which is pretty funny. Crazy, crazy move. Okay, and there's a Dragonite. Yeah, let's just go Corviknight. No reason to risk it. And we'll roost up here. If it's Nasty Plot Petulant, we can just kill it with Ditto. So that's cool too. It is speedy though, so we have to worry a little bit about the Petulant. We should be good, but we can't play this. We still can't play this endgame in a lazy way. Or there is a world where we maybe get like PP stalled. Or a Roost gets stalled by Shadow Balls. So we still have to be careful. We're not in the clear. It's looking good, but we're not totally in the clear. Let's throw off a Body Press here. Okay, they switched to Petulant that turn. It's kind of annoying that they keep getting me on that, but okay. We're probably good on PP stalling, though. We've got Pressure and a Ditto, which is... Both are really, really good tools in this situation. It is Nasty Plot. Ooh. Did not see that one coming. I'll admit. That makes things a lot scarier. Let's go Hoopa, double into Core for the Malignant Chain thing. Seems pretty good. Let's Roost. Okay, they let me do it this time. Cool. All right. Getting Mola healed up a little bit. Definitely doesn't hurt. I'd like to wish up the Hoopa if I can. See if we can get a Malignant Chain stalled out here. Okay, just to recover. We'll just U-turn again. Let's go Mola and Flip Turn this time. Okay, they did correctly call us out. We do get poisoned. Do we get hit by confusion too? We don't. That's good. Could have gone worse. Let's roost. Unless they start nasty plotting, we can stall these shadow balls out. So that's the game plan. Yeah, they're wasting roost PP, but we... Okay, they Terra Ghost. They've officially thrown. We win now. We totally win now. Yeah. You can no longer win this. We can just go Mola here. We'll flip turn. And then we just go into our Ditto, Terra Ghost, Shadow Ball, and blow them up. What are you on? Okay, we don't do nearly as much as I thought. Yikes. That's not good. Okay, that still should be okay. Hoopa, how much does Hoopa still lives everything, so we can try that angle after this. She has a small chance to die. But no, is it max special attack or not? We can calc that. We can calc that. The Mola, it's assuming a Petrant set. It's so weird, dude. It's so weird how it assumes these things. Okay. So based on how much Shadow Ball did to Mola, this is not special attack invested, so Hoopa should live. So we can sack Mola here. Okay. Now we can go Hoopa. And we can hyperspace Fury. Okay, good. They should have clicked Malignant Chain there. That was a misplay on their part. And let's just click this again. We might just kill outright. That'd be cool. We don't. Alas. Okay, but we're fine. We're fine here. They actually have Terra Blast to hit us. That's it. Yeah. GG. Okay, good win. Beat someone 19th. That's solid. Team performed well. I made some miscalcs at the end where I thought Ditto would definitely kill, so that it got a little dodgier than it should have. My bad there, but not bad. Not bad. Yeah. Okay, solid. The EQ, the IDEF did work well there, so I think that's looking better. Does help with the Curum as well, which is nice. Still kind of like Lando is an awkward lead, which is weird to say, but I guess not so much. We have Scald Mola. Lando Ogre teams seem like an absolute nightmare. But I don't know what we do about it. I feel like Ogrepon is just too bad for us. I'm trying to think of like what we can actually do to fix that without just totally like ripping apart the entire team into something unrecognizable. That's the issue. Do like the stream if you guys are enjoying. Sun Team should be a good matchup for us, although Walking Wake looks like we kind of fold to that, but we can protect Scout on it just fine, so that's good. We can't really lead with Hoopa because the Ninetales can just burn us, so that's not ideal. Probably Gliscor lead is our best bet. And I do just want to protect right away. Speed boosting? It's not super scary. If it's speed boosting, you don't kill me with an Ice Spinner, so I'm down to poison you. Cool. I'll protect. And I'll go Mola here. Wait comes in. Fine, we can protect here. Okay, wow. We're switching for some reason. Let me flip turn. Let's see what you are. You reject. Makes sense. I'll protect here, and then we'll probably go into Hoopa. I think is probably the best move afterward. Well, can Hoopa live 2 Giga Drains? Yes. It doesn't like doing it, but it can. Does Gliscor fare better? Kind of. Allo dies, though, right? Like, Allo's going to actually just die. So, yeah, we get out of here. We'll go into Hoopa. Hopefully they do click Giga Drain. They did, unfortunately, click Weather Ball, so now we absolutely die to Giga Drain. So I'm going to get out of this situation, go into Corviknight here. Then go into Hatterene. That's weird. All right, I really want to get these rocks off the field. Let's go into Weezing, and I'm going to double into Allo on the potential Weather Ball or the potential Overheat, just to scout that so we don't get blown up, and okay. I did not see that coming. Hydro Steam. All right, that's fine. That does do so much damage, but we can flip turn here. And then we can go into Ditto. Oh, yeah. Why we don't get photosynthesis boost? That's super lame. Why don't we get photosynthesis? Let's Dragon Pulse. If you go Hatterene, you go Hatterene, but I'm clicking the Pulse. I don't think we need to make big plays here. Okay, fair enough. Got called out. I'll go into Gliscor on this. Immediately back into Wake. Smart. Ditto not getting photosynthesis is so trash, though. Like, that just sucks. I'll click Hydro Steam here. Okay, we catch the Hatterene coming in. That's cool. They should go into their Wake here. And what do I have to say about it? I'll go into Gliscor. We can try to, like, Terra Fairy and poison it, I guess. I think that's all we can do. Wow, they just stayed in. Interesting. Okay, I'll Earthquake. That's fine. We can go Mola here and just flip turn. Looks good. Okay, Ninetales coming in. Fair enough. I'll flip turn. Hatterene coming in. Let me go Gliscor here and Toxic. I think they're going to be greedy for the Wake. The Healing Wish. That honestly, yeah, that was a good play there. That was a really good play there. Protect. We can stall out Sun turns. Probably Hoopa is our most sackable poke, or maybe is it Corviknight? One of these guys. It's probably Hoopa. At least now, Dragon Pulse looks great. I think I prefer Draco. Yeah, Terra Water there. I was thinking that might come out. That's really bad, and we probably lose. But if we get up a spike, we could be good to go. We do die to this. I think it's time to sack Corviknight, I'd say. It's going to be an awkward endgame here, but I think this is winnable. We do still have Terra at our disposal, which is good. It's going to be weird to see if we can somehow not lose to Ceruledge. Let's Wish here. I'm going to Scald, hoping the Wake comes in. Okay, this is... No, what was I saying? Yeah, no, once we lost Ditto, we lose to Vino. Yeah, we're kind of just getting smoked here. The Wake, yeah, Wake was really rough. We just kind of lost. We didn't really have an answer for that. Yeah, no, we're so cooked. GG. Whoops. What is this? What up, Notepad? My bad. Yes, Walking Wake and Sun. Sun in general seems pretty rough. It's just not working, is it? That was a pretty bad performance. Yeah, Wake just smoked. I think we need Terra Water back on Gliscor for one. That would help. I don't know, Fairy has not felt useful. That kind of, like, gives us a sorta, kinda, maybe pretend to have a fix. It's easy to say go AV Alo, but that opens up other issues. Like, yeah, AV Alo was helped in that matchup, but how many other times have we really needed Wish for Weezing? How many other times have we really wanted it to be defensive? I agree that we could use more help on the special side. I really don't want to run this without healing, but I think that might be what we have to do is try AV. Let's give it a go. Do we want to? No, we want to keep body press, I think, even more now. Why not band it all out? Because that is not a good idea at all. Yeah, we'll try AV and see how we like it. That would help us against some stuff. I want to see, we could still try Hydrapple as well. No, AV Hoopa doesn't have enough power. If we're going to rely on one Pokemon, it better be really strong. It has to be. This is super whack. Misty Terrain, Hyper Offense, for sure. That's going to make things a little tough. Status is how we kind of deal with a lot. Main threat is Hawlucha, the Unburdened Sweeper. We're going to need to keep Weezing healthy for that. But we can't Wisp it. So I guess we go Corv IDEF on the Lucha, but it might have... Yeah, we might just lose to Lucha in Misty Terrain. That's a very real possibility. And there might just be absolutely nothing we can say about it, or nothing we can do about it. I guess we yeah. No, it's gonna be really tough. We definitely don't go Dozo over Mole. That would fix absolutely nothing we've been having issues with. And that would cause a lot of other issues. So that is super not the play. Okay. SD Gliscor, interesting as well. Maybe. But no, Gliscor with SD, you need hazard support to make that work. There is a way we make Gliscor primary breaker and ditch Hoopa-U, though. That's a possibility for sure. Just like an SD Gliscor Ditto semi-stall could be the answer. Looking at this team, it's probably just going to be a Weezing lead. I think I just want to kick it off with Hoopa, and we can just Zen Headbutt the thing. And if they switch, they switch. But a lot of people are hesitant to go into Gambit. We'll see. Actually, though, do you ever stay in here and just let the thing die? I'm really tempted to just Drain Punch. Let's do it. Let's send it, because if it stays in, it won't kill us, and we can just go into Allo and flip turn next turn. Awesome, glad I did it. Well, maybe not glad I did it, because we're probably about to lose to a Hawlucha, but we'll figure out, I guess, what's gonna happen here. Okay, they went Lilligant. That's more manageable. We can get rid of their Hustle with Wheezing, which is appealing. We can Sludge Bomb it. Probably we do just go hard Wheezing. It'll have to Terra to do any meaningful damage, so that seems like our best play. Misty Terrain HO is sick, though. It's really, really cool. Okay, yeah. Looks like they're one of these. Sludge Bomb should just be another Sludge Bomb. If they want to Terra Ice here, I'm totally happy with that. I will gladly just deal with this with Ditto and not have to worry about Hawlucha using Terra. That'd be awesome. Yeah, Ditto, correct. Ditto cannot copy, so that does cause us issues. Alright, in comes the Tusk. Corviknight should just be able to shut this down. Okay, it's a rock support. Makes sense. Okay, what do we want to do here? Allo is not that helpful. The AV doesn't really matter, so I don't want to get Corviknight knocked. Let's just go into... Okay, that's not good. We don't die to Headlong, though, so we can flip turn here. Let's calc that knockoff critical hit, though. Be effective of +1. 32. Looks like a not attack invested Tusk. Or knockoff would have done more. Okay, that was good. Ooh, I like just defogging. But yeah, this is Lilligant makes a lot of sense on Misty Terrain. That's cool. I like that. Let's go Mola here. We can just Scald. But yeah, I actually had some success on ladder with Misty Terrain. I think Flame Charge Skeleturge is really, really good on that. Okay, Headlong. Not bad. Let's just Scald. Nothing really wants to take a Scald. If Wheezing comes in, we can flip turn on that. Scald here just looks great. Wheezing comes in, totally fine. Flip turn here. Misty Explosion, depending on the investment, could potentially kill us. But I think that's it. No, not even that's going to do it. Maybe like modest absolute max roll, but I don't think so. Yeah, modest max roll will do it on Misty Explosion, but probably it's not that. Okay, cool. The biggest threat is that Hawlucha. We do not want to get Hawlucha'd on. Misty Seed is special, is the good news. So that we could EQ it with... It's so hard to say. I think we just have to pray it's not Encore, really. That's kind of where we're at. Let me start with... We can go Wheezing here to discourage the Hawlucha. Yeah, the whole name of the game here is do not let that Hawlucha set up. That is the biggest threat. That's not the only threat. We might get smoked by a Calm Mind, Draining Kiss, Latios as well, but okay. Yeah, so it's going to Terra here. It's going to Terra. Let's go, Corv. Let's... Yep, there we go. All right. Let's pray it's not Encore. Or do we just body press? Is that enough? How much does Allo take? I think we just body press. Okay, turned out to not be the right move. Well, maybe it was. Hard to say. I'm so happy to let this Corviknight die if I just survive this Hawlucha encounter. Okay, there we go. Can Gliscor live here? It can. That's the play then. And Gliscor will get poisoned by its Toxic Orb because it's flying, so it's not going to be affected by Misty Terrain. Alright, even if they want to preserve Hawlucha here, that's fine, because we have our trusty Ditto, and now without the Unburden boost, it will outspeed. So yeah, for those wondering, why didn't you just go into Ditto to stop this sweep? Ditto would not get the Unburden boost, so Hawlucha would outspeed and destroy us. That's why. Probably okay. They just forfeit. Cool. I think they still had some fight in them, but actually no. Without Terra Fairy, it would have been pretty tough to make anything happen here. So okay, solid win there. I fear maybe getting because Hoopa. We're finding Hoopa oddly not that crucial a lot of the time. But is SD Gliscor really breaking anything in this day and age? I just don't think so. So if we were to adjust this team, it'd be quite an overhaul. Like, we'd basically change the entire team. Yeah, Latios often runs CM, Terra Fairy, Draining Kiss with either like Roost or Agility Last and Stored Power. It's pretty good. Okay, this is the kind of team I wanted to face. This is sort of just like a standard bulky offense. This is the kind of team we lost to before, so I wanted to give it another round. Because it's these teams that Hoopa can't come in easily against, you know? I think we want to lead with Wheezing. Something or other, thank you very much for the generous 50 memberships again. That is crazy. Yeah, I wanted to leave with Wheezing here because nothing's immune to Wisp. Pretty simple there. I'm going to make a bit of a hard call out. I don't think you ever, in a million years, stay in here. You always go into Glow King. Let's go into Hoopa Unbound to call it out. But yeah, insane generosity. Thank you so much. Called it. Okay. And I'm just going to go for a big fat knockoff. Great knockoff. Great knockoff. I just want to go Corviknight. Actually, we'll go Mola. Do we go Corv or Mola? How much is Mola taking from a Kowtow? Yeah, thank you so much, something or other. That's crazy. It's taking actually quite a bit. So let's go Corviknight. Okay, let's go Gliscor here. Awesome to see that miss. That's really great. We just throw off a Toxic here. Gliscor actually looks amazing against this team. Okay, unfortunate. Let's go for another one. If you had to delete one ugly Mon from Gen 9 forever, what would it be? Okay, we do hit that time. Beautiful. Actually, I'm going to do it again. Yep, I suspected a switch to Samurott. I didn't think the Iron Valiant would come out there, but I knew something was coming. Moonblast, very easy Mola here. Mola's not really crucial for anything in this matchup, so I'm happy to throw it out. Okay, kind of unfortunate there that we get static, but it's fine. Okay, let me just throw off. I'll throw off one spike and then we'll toxic. I believe as the H-Rot enters. But yeah, thank you very much, something or other. That's very generous. We EQ these every time. If we get ice beamed, we survive. I'm clicking EQ again. Zapdos comes in. I'll just protect here. We're not going to take all that much from this future sight. Spike. Spike up again, I guess. Why not? Let's protect here. Razor Shell. Easy Corviknight switch. And then... Oh, they clicked Razor Shell again. They didn't even go for the Ceaseless Edge. That's awesome. Okay, I went for a Body Press. Hopefully we don't get staticked here. Wouldn't be the end of the world, but it'd be kind of annoying. Cool, we don't. Beautiful. Treads comes in. We see Boots confirmed on Treads. Let's protect here. We don't want to let Gliscor die to a potentially offensive Rapid Spinner. That'd be a huge mistake. So actually, let me reconsider this then. They're going to either click Spin or Ice Spinner here. I'm actually okay to go Corviknight on that. I'm going to Body Press. I think you... Yeah, I was going to say, I suspected the Treads would attack there. We also see Knockoff. Gotta be Rapid Spin EQ last. So that means our Gliscor has nothing to fear from this Treads, which is crazy, might I add. It is crazy to have a team this weak to Gliscor and not run Ice Spinner on Treads. I'm going to Flip Turn here. We could potentially kill something if we were to Mirror Coat, but we don't need to make plays. We just need to keep Toxic stalling everything. Gumi Lover asking, doesn't that Latias you mentioned get walled by steel types with stored power and Dekiss? In theory, yes, but no, because stored power quickly gets insanely powerful. Come on, Olo, get this Flip Turn off. Yes, good stuff, good stuff. We can go Ditto here, I believe, and kill this. It's not going to show us. Okay, so Samurott versus Samurott. How much is Razor Shell doing? We do not kill. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Well, we just go into this and click a nice little Sludge Bomb. Actually, okay, well that turned out fine. I was thinking that was kind of a bad play. I should click Wisp instead to cover the Glow King better, but then they just stayed in. Yeah, we're looking really good here, honestly. There's not much of a realistic way we throw this. We can just go for a Will-O-Wisp here. We'll survive. We miss. Unfortunate. Not the end of the world, though. We'll go Mullet. Yeah, that kind of sucked, but it's fine. Go Gliscor and just set them all the way back up. That kind of did a lot that time. Let's go for a Spike. Yeah, unfortunate miss there. Go for another Spike. Don't want to risk getting full confused, so I'm actually going to go into Mola. I'll Flip Turn here. Yeah, I have nothing to fear from you. I'll click Spike. Gambit coming in. Makes sense. We have a Ditto, so I'm just going to go hard Corviknight on this. Seems fine. Let's just Body Press. If they want a Terra here, fine. We've got Ditto. Okay, they sack Zapdos. Works with me. Let's not throw. The only way we lose this game is if we colossally throw, basically. So we just have to not... Yeah. All right, so that wasn't much of a game. Our opponent forgot a Gliscor answer, and then we Gliscored all over them. That was pretty much all that happened. Okay, this team also looks like it gets Gliscored on. That is a Specs and Am, I believe. How much is Olo taking? If our opponent's smart, I think they will Terra Fairy and hit that Moonblast pretty quickly. Okay, it's not ideal. I'm happy to flip turn and just go right into Gliscor, honestly. I'll throw off an EQ here. Seems fine. Shucka Berry, Ice Beam. Wow, that didn't go so well. Okay, well, actually, we can... Mola's fine. Mola's fine. But yeah, Shucka Berry into Ice Beam, not the best case scenario. We had to get out of there so we didn't get Future Sight. That's why I did not just Protect. I don't think this team is weak to mixed attackers. I don't know what you're talking about. So we need a Knock Absorber. Our choices are Corviknight or Weezing. Probably Corviknight's the right call. Banded makes sense. Let's just roost up here. It's not Specs? Is it Scarf? Wow. That's pretty questionable. Oh. Let's go Ditto here. I don't want to get burned. We don't have to. Maybe Pyro Ball. Oh, they just U-turn. Cool. Yeah, I just did not. I want to get Gliscor healed up so we're not... and that's defensive ace as well. Very defensive. That's like max HP on a bad roll. Interesting. Let's go immediate Hoopa on this. Okay, low kicks. Sure, I mean, we can just go into Corviknight. This is, we're not taking much from a U-turn. Back into Ditto. I'm happy to Wisp you. Cool Wisp to get, honestly. We unfortunately will probably get hit with a Will-O-Wisp here. If it's Scarf and Am, then Mola getting burned isn't that bad. Oh, they U-turn. They didn't even burn us. Cool. We really just need to get Gliscor healed back up, and then I think we can start going to town. Fine. Like, I'll flip turn here. I'll go into Hoopa. I don't... Like, what are you gaining by this? Like, switching around a billion times. I don't think you're getting anywhere. I don't think you're getting anywhere, but okay. Like, I'm not going to complain, I guess. If you're going to keep clicking Chilly Reception, I'll just Scald and try to burn you, I guess. Oh, you said your team is weak to mixed. I mean, Gliscor is a good mixed wall, but like I wouldn't so much worry about specific ones. Just think like what. Yeah, I'm happy to fish for a. Oh, great, we got the slow flip. Yes. That's awesome. Now we get to heal up Gliscor. Heck yeah, they should have taken the opportunity when they had it to burn our Mola. Now our Gliscor is going to get too healthy and it'll super hard wall their Cinderace. Yeah, I'm going to Protect here. If they Future Sight, we can then go into. Okay, cool. Let's go Hoopa. In a manner that ought to surprise nobody by now, they clicked Chilly Reception. Does Corviknight die to 2 knockoffs here? No. Let's go Weezing, because it'll take literally 0 from a U-turn. Yep. Let's burn you, because you're going to click Chilly Reception, because you do not know how to do anything else. Oh gosh, you did something different. Okay, alright, good on you. I didn't see that coming. I'll go Mola here. I didn't think this guy had anything else in him. I really didn't, but I guess I got shown. We can flip turn here, and then just go into Ditto to become immune to the Future Sight, and then we can get a nice little knockoff of our own. Doesn't look bad at all. Ooh, not too bad. Yeah, leftovers. Goodbye to those. Let's go. Let's just go Mola here. Dude. Oh, this guy. Okay. Let's flip turn into Ditto so we can get a little bit of regen healing on our Ditto. If you want to switch forever, I will do that. We can play that game. If you want to do nothing but switch till the end of time, I am ready for that outcome. I don't know why you want that. I don't think it gets you much, but I am down. Let's go Hoopa here. Okay, yeah, they clicked Chilly Reception again. They're actually going to burn themselves out of Chilly Receptions, which is insane that you're clicking that much, that many pivoting moves. Let's go Ditto, I guess. If they're just going to click Chilly Reception every time, we can get regen healing. Like, you will eventually run out of Chilly Receptions. You have 7 remaining. It is not infinite. They do run out. They do run out. Let's go Corv this time. We can maybe get a Roost off. Let's see what they want to do. Okay, like that. That's fine. We just go Gliscor on this. Will-O-Wisp. That was awesome. Okay. Alright, what do I want to do here? I guess maybe burning the Mola wasn't a great play, in retrospect. Do we want to set up hazards? I think we do. I think that hurts our opponent more than it hurts us if we stack up on both sides. I'll protect here. No. Let's go hard Hoopa. Ooh, finally. We got them in a situation. Do we just probably Hyperspace Fury, right? We could Zen Headbutt if we predict the Tusk is coming in, but we can also just go Corv. Let's just Hyperspace. Okay, we got a kill. Finally, something happened. Huge event. Okay. I believe Mola can come in here and take a low kick sit and a Future Sight. 35 max, 35, 50. Yeah, unless we get really bad luck on these rolls, we should be good. U-turn was not the right play. You should have clicked first impression there for maximum damage. And let's go Gliscor. You're going to Chord Change, and I'm going to set up another Spike. Let me protect here. Okay, I'll click Toxic. If this turns out to be Specs, okay, it's not Specs. You guys did right by me. Okay, there we go, finally. Jeez. All right, dude, guy clicked pivoting moves every single turn. The pivoting moves are great, but there is more to Pokemon than just clicking pivoting moves. If this and M was Specs, this matchup would have gone very differently. I think it should be Specs on this team, honestly. Because it's an AV Mola, you got a low kicks, like, I feel like this should be Specs. This team is so weak to Wellspring, though. Holy, can we talk about that? Is this this is a sample team? We have a sample that just, like, folds to every, like, 25% of teams in high ladder when you just see a Wellspring? That's not good. I mean, I guess, is this, like, Max Fizdef Terra Grass? Ugh, I don't know. I'm still, like, I'm not loving the Wellspring matchup. Maybe that's why it's Scarf and Am. Partly. Okay, we get a rematch here. I'm happy about that. No, I'm not familiar with Lax. I mean, maybe. I think I may. Laxmas rings a bell. But no, okay, similar team to this. That makes sense. I mean, a lot of similar teams to this have been built. Like, Allo Semi-Stall is, you know, it's quite a, it's a thing. Or specifically a lot of, like, bulky Allo Hoopa teams have been around, but Ditto is unusual, so though if they've done that, then that's interesting. But no, yeah, I mean, yeah, for last game when everyone was complaining like about this being OU, no, pivoting is that was just our opponent, and the pivoting like crazy didn't work out for them. Like you have to do more than click pivoting moves, or else you're just going to lose, right? Like I eventually I started burning stuff, I started getting attackers in, I started chipping stuff down, I started knocking stuff off. Like them doing nothing but pivoting did not go well for them. They got punished for playing that way. So. Yeah. Okay, so we know the sets now, which is huge. We know the Saraledge is Life Orb, which makes it super threatening, and the only answer we have is Ditto. So I absolutely need to keep Ditto alive. I still do like Mola lead. There's nothing wrong with... Well, no, we should just flip turn right away. Okay, Hatterene, fine. And this is, we concluded that is basically max defense. Can Hoopa kill? Hoopa cannot quite kill here, unfortunately. We can go into this, though, and we can EQ. I'm going to protect here, and then I want to go into Hoopa. It's a bit of a risky play, but I think we need to be aggressive against this team. Okay, I'm really happy that went well. Now this is an easy knockoff. We get Landorus, we remove the item, beautiful. Let's go Mola on the Stealth Rock, and we can just flip turn. Actually, yeah, let's flip turn. Earth Power doing absolutely zero is awesome to see. Can we go into our Ditto and kill with a U-turn here? I don't think so. I don't think Landorus U-turn does enough to other Landorus. Yeah, no, it's not going to do quite enough. It's unfortunate. We could just go Corviknight and U-turn here, but I don't want to give up any health that I don't absolutely need to on Corviknight. Opponent could also kill themselves on our U-turn, which would be kind of surprisingly good. We can go Gliscor and Protect. I think I like that play. I think I want to go Alo here. Okay, I didn't think they DD, but it's okay. We'll flip turn. We see the double Dragon Dance come out. We know they are Terra, either fire or ground. So we can go Ditto here. And Scale Shot. Let's see how much damage these guys do to each other. So +2. If we hit... Oh, that's 4 hits. That's not so good. I mean, Scale Shot when you make that 3. Yeah, that's not so good. I really don't want to give up Corv, but I think we have to go Corv and Body Press. And if it's Terra Fire, I mean... Do we just lose? How much are you doing to Mola? Chance to kill with 4 hits. It's not good. I think we have to go Corv. And we have to Body Press. Okay. Is Corv the sack, or do we try to heal it up on something? I think Corv is the sack. I think any hope of getting this thing back is an absolute delusion. So let's do it. Let's roost in case. Yeah, and then we'll go Ditto here, and then we will polish this thing off with an Icicle Spear. Okay. At least we've maintained the Ditto this time, but yet now we have to deal with this is the thing. Let's go Mola here. Okay, that's not so good. I'll switch Wheezing in hard, and then we'll Wisp here. It is Terra Fire. That is not good. How much does Ditto take from a Sucker Punch? It's going to take a lot, though. We'll find out the calcs later. Probably we fog here. No, but do we need this for... We need this, don't we? We can actually let go of Hoopa. Let's Kowtow. Okay, we kill the Landorus, so there's something to be said for that. Yeah, we're not going to Terraghost there. Let's go Mola on this. Okay. Let's Scald here, because I'm suspecting... I'm expecting a Psychic noise to come out. Yeah. Now we can flip turn on hopefully the Nuzzle. Okay, Pain Split's fine. Let me Protect here. I think we can do this. Let me throw off a Toxic. Okay, that awesome. They clicked Roars. Please bring out Wheezing. Okay, that's fine too. Let's flip turn here. Do we really want to defog? I think we do. I think that's actually pretty good. If Gambit comes in, we can Sludge Bomb it, which is awesome. We know it's Life Orb. If they SD, then that puts them in a kind of a lot of trouble dealing with their own Shadow Sneak. And we do have Terraghost on Ditto, which is pretty funny too. We've got to decide what our most sackable Pokemon is, though. Probably Wheezing at this point. Let's Sludge Bomb. Okay, no poison, unfortunately. It would have been nice. But that's fine. We sack this, and then we go into Ditto, of course. Okay, good to see no no ability on that. What am I saying? No, I think you know what I mean. Let's Protect here. We probably just EQ, and then we go into Ditto. And from there, I think we can win. Shuckaberry, that's annoying. But we don't die, so that's good. Protect. Do we Toxic here, or do we EQ again? I think we EQ. I'm going to call it. Okay, awesome. Made the right call. Good. Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of bad because this thing can still just do its nasty poltergeist business. We can Protect, so that's not too bad. Doesn't hurt to throw off one of those. How many poltergeists? Yeah, way too many. 75% chance to KO. We could... Do we sack Mola here and preserve Gliscor, or do we... Or do we do something else? I'm trying to think what the sack is, what the right sack is. Okay. Let's say I let Gliscor die here. I go into Ditto. Hold on. Let me think about this, actually. Because I don't have a Life Orb. It's probably Adamant, I think. Adamant Life Orb. So this is bad because it kills my Ditto, but I don't kill it, I don't think. Or how much is a Ditto's HP? It's gonna be like, so yeah, it's about the same. It's gonna be about the same as Sarah Ledge. So I actually, no, I need to sack Gliscor here so I can go Mola flip turn, I think is what I have to do, as weird as that sounds. No, but then the Hatterene comes in. Then the Hatterene comes in, and because I need to be like whatever, like this. I'm doing that much. It's so tough. I don't know. I think we go for the survival here, and we just DQ. We do not get it, unfortunately. We can go Mola here, and we can... I guess we got to flip turn. Okay, they stayed in. I think that was a huge mistake. I think that was an absolutely colossal mistake they just made. I'm really happy to see them make it, though. We Shadow Sneak here, for sure. Hatterene comes in. Sacking that is amazing. Really glad to see that. I think we can win this. I think we do. I think Ditto can come in and live here, right? I think Ditto lives. I don't know how to calc that. I think Ditto lives. I'm going to go for it. We do get the boost. That's good. How much is Olo taking from a Sarah Ledge? Probably lives. I want to go for the Reed and Iron Defense here. Actually, can Mola just come in here? Mola took 27. I think Mola is just objectively the right play. Okay, good. Just flip turn here. We have a very small chance to die. Good, we don't die. I think I Terra Ghost transform here. But it should crunch, shouldn't it? Let's go Mola. Let's Terra Ghost flip turn. I'm going to make a call. Can we Iron Defense here and just stall out the Zama? I think we can do one. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go Mola here. Come on. Good. Oh, man. That was a trippy endgame. I don't know if that was optimal, but that was definitely hype. Maybe there was a safer way to play that, just switching around more with the Mola. Oh, man. That's intense. That is really intense. That was crazy. All right. This team, we didn't run into a single wellspring, which I feel like we kind of needed to really properly test this. I was impressed with Mola's performance. Hello, Avalug Enjoyer. Good to see you. I was impressed with AV Mola. I'm still really iffy on the Hoopa is the problem. Yeah, should have Terra Ghosted versus Amazenta and spammed Iron Defense. At what point, though? Because there was a Saraledge around. I do indeed still have the Avalug meme going on. Were you the founder of the Avalug meme? That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, I wish we'd faced a Wellspring. I feel like we probably would have gotten fried. We probably want to make this Terra Grass because of Wellspring. Dragon on this makes sense. This you probably want to make Grass as well, honestly. Once again, Wellspring. But it does maintain most of its important resists. Yeah, we did well. We got into 1900s. We went 7-3, which we started like 3-3. So we really locked in the end. Corv doesn't wall Ogre W. No, it does not. Oh gosh. What a silly statement. It super doesn't. The Corv having body press did not really help. But I still think we kind of need it for Gambit. Gambit was a little bit of a threat. Yeah, probably AV Mola is the way to go. We were having too many issues with special attackers. I know some people are saying AV Hoopa, but I really do think we need the power of Band. I do wonder if there's something else. I kind of wonder. I think if we tried this again, what I would say is we may want to give Hydropple a go. Life Orb, and then, you know, like Giga Drain, because we do have now more against Kyurem since we have AV Mola, kinda, sorta. No, but sub Kyurem would just fry the team, wouldn't it? Something else that might be a good breaker, kind of taking over, would be like maybe like a Latios, but then we'd need knockoff. Then we'd need knockoff on something else. So we'd have to go probably back on Gliscor, which isn't so good. So maybe Hoopa is just the way, and it's just a struggle against Ogerpon. Yeah, Petrarunt over Weezing could be another thing worth trying, but then we end up in a horrifically bad situation against Goldango Hazard Stack. You can't just add Petrarunt, because, see, you have 6 Pokemon as a limit on a team. You got to say what you should replace it for, and every replacement causes big issues. Yes, correct, we did, but, like, Brave Bird does about as much as Body Press. Well, I guess not to cure him, actually. That's still kind of close. Actually, no, yeah, no, it is close. Yeah, I guess we need Hoopa, because otherwise, yeah, Sub-Kyurem. The AV Mola will help with Sub-Kyurem still. But yeah, Ditto was good. I think we need to go... I think the team... I want to try Ditto on maybe like a regen spam fat. I feel like that would be a really good place for it. So there will be a Ditto part 2. I don't think it'll be with this team, but Valentine Harvey, I hope you like the changes we made. I'll send like the team with all the changes. So AV Mola, IDEF on Corv, EQ on Gliscor, which you did already. A couple Terra type changes. I'll post that as always. So this is, I think this team is better than when we started. Not by a lot. We didn't change a lot. But I think it's better. And it is a good team. I think it is a good team. It's not a great team. I really take issue with the Wellspring matchup. But I think it's a good team. And you now do have a little bit more of a tool against Wellspring. Mullet, since it's now AV, has Body Slam. So that can threaten Wellspring. And depending on the set, you can Terra Grass and just spam Body Slam and kind of ruin it. Which is nice too. Yeah, so okay. I'll send this. Thank you guys for attending. As I said, yeah, probably will be doing a Ditto part 2. And I'm thinking that'll be Ditto on regen spam. Kind of like that team we faced with the guy who knew how to do nothing but pivot, except will be a little bit... Actually, though, well, maybe those teams don't really need Ditto. Those kinds of teams prefer low kicks, which I guess is one other thing. I guess that's one other thing I should mention, is that another version of this team would just be with choice band low kicks. It kind of does a lot of what Ditto does, actually, in that stopping sweeper category. And it's Hoopa can soften up walls for it. So this honestly might be better. So I would say, Harvey, you might want to give this a try. Just slapping on a low kicks. Because it'll do a lot of what Ditto does. Sometimes worse, but often better. So, yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. And I will try to time this right. Have a great day. End this in 3,